Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. Well, I promised you something a little different this week, and I hope you'll agree I delivered. We're gonna have a nice little top list. And hey, what better subject than the nameless, faceless Cobra troops? So today, we're counting down the top 7 best Cobra troops. Now, for this list, I've kept it the toys from the original G.I.Joe line only. With one exception we'll get to later. Also, just because a toy didn't make the list doesn't automatically mean it's bad, just that it wasn't as awesome as the 7 I've chosen. For example, and spoilers I guess, I love the Crimson Guard Immortal, but it didn't make the cut, even though it's still a great figure. Well, let's get this party started! Number 7. Snow Serpent version 1. While I'm personally not a big fan of cold weather figures, mostly because you can't just line them up with others without it looking weird, the Snow Serpent is still one of my favorites. Great detailing on the figure and an awesome set of accessories. And the cool thing is, he still looks great even without any gear. Number 6. Televiper version 1. Another great looking figure with or without his gear. What I really like about this guy is you can put him with almost any squad of other troops and he fits right in as the communications guy. Though there are exceptions, of course. Like, for example, putting him with the aforementioned Snow Serpents looks a bit weird. Dude would be a bit cold, I think. On his own, I like how he looks slightly futuristic, but still pretty damn realistic at the same time. Number 5. Viper version 1. The original Viper, ladies and gentlemen. Do I really need to say anything else? It's become an iconic look and a very unique one too. He looks like a thug, but one with style. It's only number 5 because, with one exception later, it's the least realistic looking trooper on the list. In the case of the Viper though, that's totally fine and it remains a great figure. Number 4. Eels version 1. Now here we have a very realistic looking one, and he looks awesome. I love the whole diver outfit. And I think this was even the first Cobra troop I ever got as a kid. The only drawbacks to this figures are that, like the Snow Serpent, he's only really suited to one environment. But unlike the Snow Serpent, he really does need all of his gear to look great. Now, if this was an objective list, that would mean the Serpent would be higher on this list than the Eel. But this is my personal list, and I just like the Eel better. Number 3. Cobra and Cobra Officer version 1. Okay, I'm cheating a bit here since I'm putting both of them in one spot, but they look similar enough that I feel it's justified. I called the Viper iconic just a little while ago, and I meant it, but these guys are even more iconic. And yet they look so simple. A simple uniform and a simple mask, and it just works. I also like how they're kinda scrawny looking. I mean, all figures from 82 and 83 were like that, but it seems fitting for these guys, you know? Number 2. Battle Android Trooper version 1 and the modern Battle Android Trooper. And here's where I make that exception and include a modern figure. Because the modern Battle Android Trooper is just that good. It's my favorite modern figure, and putting both it and the OG Bat together justifies, to me at least, the penultimate spot on the list. I've sung these figures' praises many times in the past, and I've reviewed them, so check out my video on them if you haven't seen it already. Suffice to say, these are some radical robots, some awesome androids, and some marvelous, machines? Number 1. Crimson Guard version 1. Okay, so this is the least surprising number 1 pick of all time if you've ever watched my channel before. I mean, the Crimson Guard is my favorite figure of all time, so of course he takes the top spot. And what's great is that just like with the Battle Android Trooper, I've already reviewed the Crimson Guard, so I don't have to elaborate here. Feel free to check out that review if you haven't seen it yet. No, I didn't just make this video to plug my other stuff. And that was the list. Do let me know your own favorites in the comments below. Oh, and this episode has just been a little taste, something to whet your appetite, because next week, Cobra Convergence begins. And my contribution this year will be running down the top 7 worst Cobra troops. Oh child, we're gonna have some fun with that! Huh, I guess I did make this list to promote other stuff after all. That reminds me, I have a Patreon. Go there if you want to give me money. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?